moving parts, but I don't think we're in for a crash. If anything, I think we're overdue for an appreciation pullback. So we're going to be back on the other side of this break. 561-291-8569 is how you get us, or visit the website www.mr.mortgage. That's mr.mortgage. It's not every day that you need an appraisal, whether it's for a divorce settlement, estate planning, or maybe you're appealing a tax assessment, or you just want to make sure you have adequate coverage in your property insurance. When you need a certified appraisal, turn to my friends at soflappraisal.com. That's soflappraisal.com. Peter and his team have been appraising properties here in South Florida for decades. soflappraisal.com. And tell them you heard this on the Mr. Mortgage Show.
Are inflation and everyday expenses eating into your retirement income? Maybe you've considered a reverse mortgage and have unanswered questions like, do I still own my property? Can the bank kick me out? What happens when I die? Can I still leave my house to my kids? These are all great questions. Visit www.moreaboutreverse.com to learn more. That's www.moreaboutreverse.com. www.moreaboutreverse.com.
Hey, it's Mark Eitel here, host of the Mr. Mortgage Show. And you've heard me talk about the valuation tool that we use in our lending practice almost daily. It's not quite an appraisal, but it's way more accurate than one of those online estimates. And we're happy to run one of those reports for you at no charge. Just visit freevaluereport.org. That's freevaluereport.org. Give us a little information about the property, and we'll be happy to send you your report. That's freevaluereport.org.
Here's another 5-star review.
We started our loan with a different company. They said we were approved, but at the last minute they told us there was a problem. I still don't know what went wrong, but thankfully our real estate agent told us about Mark. I was pretty stressed, but it's the perfect house, so we gave Mark a shot. He got it done. I'm not sure what was different, but I don't really care. We even got a better interest rate and with less money out of pocket than the first guy quoted us. It was a great surprise. Yes, I'm happy to recommend Mark and his Mr. Mortgage team.
Welcome back to the Mr. Mortgage Show. Call us now, 561-291-8569.
All right, we are back. You heard the man, 561-291-8569. That's 561-291-8569 is the anytime hotline, and I do mean anytime. When Dom and I are not here in the studio, that pushes to the office, so you can always reach me on that number. Or the website, don't forget about that, mr.mortgage. That's mr.mortgage, no .com. Just type in www.mr.mortgage. So you hear me talk about this all the time, right? I'm a big advocate of a rock star real estate agent. And I read something super interesting this week. So Google released a top 10, if you will. Kind of reminded me of the old David Letterman days. But they released an article that said the top 10 jobs people are currently searching how to become, right? So these are people are looking to join these careers. Guess what was on top? Real estate agent. Doesn't surprise me as hot as this market is. Flight attendant was number 2, which kind of blew my mind with all the bad behavior in the air right now. I can't imagine somebody wanting to be a flight attendant. But so there's a ton of new real estate agents joining the market. I saw a study, or a report, a report the other day that NAR said they've never had as many members, NAR, National Association of Realtors, as they do now. So why do I share that? Well, you have more agents than ever before, more people trying to join the industry than ever before. You have a low inventory environment, and you have pent-up demand by buyers. You have a chance of finding an agent that's not very good because there's a lot of them out there. Here's a story I want to share with you. This is why you want an amazing agent on your team, and why, if you don't have one, I want you to call me, because I will refer you to somebody that I work with regularly who is definitely a rock star. So this is a horrifying story. There's this gentleman and his wife. He's a doctor. They found the home that they fell in love with for $3.2 million. So he had been pre-approved from his lender. There used to be a loan program, and some banks still have it. It's called a doctor's loan. And back then it was a big deal to borrow 90% with no MI. That was before this superhero loan that I mentioned a minute ago. Now everybody can do it, but back then it was just for doctors. This story goes back to 2019. So his agent encouraged him, the market's hot, you need to waive your finance contingency. as well as your appraisal contingency and your inspection contingency. So sure enough, he strokes his check, which was darn near his entire savings, for $320,000. The article goes on to say he's a new doctor, so he didn't have a ton of money in the bank, but he dropped $320,000 into escrow. And guess what happened? The loan that he thought he was qualified for caps at $2 million. His lender never told him that. His lender told him what his ratios had to be. His lender told him, yeah, you're a brand new doctor. You qualify for this program we have. Super excited to work with you. Go out there and house hunt. They never set a cap on his loan. They never shared that with him. So he did his DTI ratio. He qualified for $3.2 million purchase. He dropped $320,000, only to find out he's not able to borrow 90% of $3.2 million. He can only borrow $2 million. So he scrambled during the contract period. He was able to come up with another loan that he qualified for, but it still left him $180,000 short. So guess what happened? The seller kept his $320,000 and then decided to keep his house. So the seller pulled his house off the market, cashed a $320,000 check, all because somebody waived a very key component to the transaction without being aware of the risk associated with it. Now, had that agent and had that lender been in lockstep together and known exactly what his max loan amount was, what his qualifying ratios had to be, there's a chance that he might have been able to circumvent that and qualify, or he certainly would have been able to circumvent it if the property had not exceeded that $2 million cap. So anyway, I share that story. These guys got beaten up, family of 4, 2 kids under 12, husband and wife in their 40s, moving towards their dream home, lost $320,000 because of the advice of their agent. And it's a long article. It's heartbreaking. I'm happy to share it with you if you want a copy of it. Just visit the website, www.mr.mortgage. I'll send it to you. But yeah, get a good agent. If you don't have a good agent, call me. I will get you in touch with somebody who will keep your interests at heart and represent you well. 561-291-8569 is the anytime hotline when we're not on the air. You can reach us there, or www.mr.mortgage. Thanks.
That's a wrap. Join Mark Eitel next week for more thrilling, edge-of-your-seat discussions about real estate and mortgages right here on The Mr. Mortgage Show.
Hey, it's Mark Eitel here, host of the Mr. Mortgage Show. And you've heard me talk about the valuation tool that we use in our lending practice almost daily. It's not quite an appraisal, but it's way more accurate than one of those online estimates. And we're happy to run one of those reports for you at no charge. Just visit freevaluereport.org. That's freevaluereport.org. Give us a little information about the property, and we'll be happy to send you your report. That's freevaluereport.org.
Here's another 5-star review.
We started our loan with a different company. They said we were approved, but at the last minute they told us there was a problem. I still don't know what went wrong, but thankfully our real estate agent told us about Mark. I was pretty stressed, but it's the perfect house, so we gave Mark a shot. He got it done. I'm not sure what was different, but I don't really care. We even got a better interest rate and with less money out of pocket than the first guy quoted us. It was a great surprise. Yes, I'm happy to recommend Mark and his Mr. Mortgage team.